Hi everyone, Carol-Ann here. For today's tutorial, I just wanted to show you a quick way of preparing your card if you want to stamp directly on your card. I know many of us, when we're making cards, we do with mat and layer, so we can stamp and watercolour and use alcohol markers on the top card, because what happens is when you've done your colouring, it shows through on the other side. And if you did that directly on your card and they open it, they're going to see all that awful mess underneath, and that's why many of us mat and layer. But you can actually prep your card for stamping and colouring directly on your card without mat and layer. And to do that, I use a gel medium in matte. I don't use a gloss, I use a matte. And that then, this piece of card, if you can see, there's no shine to it or anything. It's just like normal card, but it has been layered. And I've done the same on a DL card. And I'm going to stamp on that and colour it and show you. But for now, I'm just going to show you how I actually put this on the card. So just get a piece of paper where you don't want it to go, just to keep it. Put that on there for now, just to keep it from seeping. And get yourself a nice big brush and just blob some on like that and spread it over. Now you do get a bit of, it's like a bit of bend on your card. It's like when you have done anything, you watercolouring or anything like that, you get a bit of warping on the card. And as you can see that on there, you do get a bit of warping. But all I did with my card was I popped it through on its own through my die cutting machine, because the pressure on it flattened it. Just make sure that your plates are not marked. If they are, just pop a piece of copy paper over the bottom and the top, and it will protect your card underneath. So that's it. That's all completely covered. And what I will do now is I'll leave that to dry. And I tend to leave them overnight to dry. You can use if you're needing it urgently, you can use your heat gun. And again, pop it through your die machine between your plates to flatten it out. So I'll leave that one to dry. And I'm going to stamp up this card and show you how you can colour without the worry of it going through. I'm going to be using the Stamps by Me Blossom stamp, which is lovely for, I'm using a DL card, and it's gorgeous for a DL card, this. There's some nice sentiments in as well. Okay, I'm going to pop that up there. To leave room for the sentiment here. And I'm going to use the sentiment, be strong and keep going. When you've got that, just put that down and I'll stamp that up. Okay. A good press. It's a very handy tip, this, because you don't always want to mat and layer, and and do a really fancy card, and you want something that'll probably go through the post second class or first class, but without it being large letter. Particularly good at Christmas as well, when you have a lot of cards to send, and Easter, times like that. Going to be using my Spectrum Tri-Blend, Spectrum Noir. These are alcohol markers which do leak through. Now, because you've coated it on the top, your ink won't soak in because it's given you an extra layer. So just use your heat gun and dry off your stamping ink. Should be dry now, just test. Oh, it's still a little bit wet, I'll carry on. Okay, I'm going to press that down. It's, any excess goes onto the paper. Okay. You can also stamp it, and again, you do a few cards, leave them overnight to dry, and then colour them the next day. So, for this, I'm going to use an aqua blue, which is the green turquoise blend, which I thought might be nice on this. Okay. That's not showing through very well. Again, when you've done this, you need to dry it off. Let's do that. Do a bit of green for the stalk. But now when you turn it over, as you can see, it's not gone through. Unlike untreated card, which goes right through. So I'm just going to do it with watercolours and show it you with watercolour on that oddment bit of card. I didn't flatten this one, it's just a bit of a trial. This is the fabulous Imala Keep Smiling Butterfly. Gorgeous. Some inks are quicker drying than others. I'm using the VersaFine Black Onyx on this. And I'll dry this off. To use my Hemi paints. You can get these on the Stamps by Me website. The fabulous paints to use. You can feel that it remains on sort of on the surface as you're working. So when you're doing watercolour, it also helps that if you haven't got any watercolour card, this works the same. Doing it quickly for demonstration. Dry that off. Again, if if it gets warped, just pop it through your dye machine. If you don't have a dye machine, then leave it overnight under a heavy book or a heavy object. But can you see? That's just a smudge. It hasn't gone where I painted. It actually hasn't gone through, which is good. I'm going to do a bit of Distress Oxide now, and I'm going to splash it. This is a blue. You can put your stencils over and... Oops. brush it now. To do the bleach out. Make sure that works okay. Take a tissue, dry that out. And as you can see, that's worked lovely. So whatever you're using on top now, it won't go through. So you can stamp directly onto a card and you don't have to mat and layer. So I hope this tutorial has been of some help to you for the future. And if you've enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more, be sure to subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.